She's gone from being a vilified royal mistress to the woman who will now shape the future of the monarchy. Camilla Parker Bowles has come a long way in the eyes of her nation and the world. And as speculation grows around whether Prince Charles gave the Queen COVID, it's time for the Duchess to step up once again.
From the Duchess of Cornwall to Queen Consort, it's not a bad title promotion, and one that's come from the very top.
The endorsement from the Queen is absolutely enormous.
As Her Majesty celebrated her Platinum Jubilee, an unprecedented milestone of 70 years on the throne, the Queen shared with the world her wishes for Camilla's future in a letter saying, "When in the fullness of time my son Charles becomes king, I know you will give him and his wife Camilla the same support that you have given me. And it is my sincere wish that when that time comes, Camilla will be known as Queen Consort as she continues her own loyal service."
Although she didn't speak to her for many years, and although she disapproved of the affair and Charles having a relationship outside of wedlock, she had come round to see that she was devoted to the cause.
Having spent time with Camilla personally, royal biographer Angela Levin believes the Duchess has earned the title.
She's transformed Prince Charles. He's a happy man, he's a relaxed man. He'll make a much better king with her there.
The palace is not only watching the Queen's health closely, but the future king's as well. Charles testing positive to COVID overnight, his second bout of the virus, after meeting with his mother just 2 days ago. Camilla has tested negative.
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
Camilla Parker Bowles was the other woman in the world's most watched relationship.
But actually the truth is that she and Charles did not see each other or have any contact for 5 years. But the marriage was so unsuitable and they were both so unhappy.
Did you try to be faithful and honourable to your wife when you took on the vow of marriage?
Yes, absolutely.
And you were?
Yes. Until it became irretrievably broken down.
It was still a touchy subject when Camilla and Charles married in 2005.
On the wedding day, the palace made an announcement that she would be called Princess Consort, not Queen Consort. That is very derogatory and demeaning, because if you marry a king, you're automatically the Queen. So they've taken away the name to minimise her, which is really punishing her for having an affair.
How hard do you think she's had to work to win people over?
She says she didn't want to try and win people over. What she wanted to do was to meet as many people as possible and then let them make up their own mind about her. So there's a sort of quite a lot of confidence there.
There can be few people who have had more abuse hurled at them and more horrible things written about them.
English writer and broadcaster Hugo Vickers.
You could almost see the transformation taking place. She changed from being the hated mistress into the supportive wife.
And the royal family has been on quite a campaign, rejuvenating the couple's image. Personal photos posted on social media, giving the world a glimpse of who they are.
It definitely was a very deliberate and orchestrated campaign, and it didn't run very smoothly, let's face it. Even if you remember, before the wedding in 2005, there was a question where they were going to get married, when they were going to get married, because the Pope died and Prince Rainier died, and I mean, goodness me, everything was against them. But eventually all proved to be well.
She won't interfere because she doesn't feel that that's her role. She'll be there to support. And she's taken the idea from Prince Philip that you can be wonderfully supportive to a monarch.
And just as the royal family prepares to transition to a new monarch, so too are many Australians who've only ever known a world with one queen. And with the rifts and scandals that have played out so publicly in recent years, King Charles and Queen Camilla certainly have their work cut out for them, trying to preserve a strong and united Commonwealth.
I think there'd be a bigger push towards becoming a republic once Charles does become the king and we see his face on the back of the $5 note.
I just miss Diana. That's my only thoughts.
I think she's always been honest. She's full of integrity. Yes, go Camilla.
And if he's going to be king, he deserves a queen, right? Doesn't everybody?
One thing about her hasn't changed, and that's who she is. And she is just not stuffy. She's still funny. She's mischievous.
Do you think Camilla's earned the title?
I think she totally deserves the title. She's one of the hardest working royals. As a woman in her 50s, she managed to change her life around.
In her first public appearance since the Queen's blessing, Camilla visited a primary school in Bath. And she's carved a place for herself, supporting literacy and raising awareness of violence against women.
Let's all leave here today and try and get the men in our lives to participate in building a shameless society. Because how many more women must be harassed, raped or murdered?
To imagine a new era of the monarch where the Queen is not there is a massive thing, isn't it?
Yes, I don't like to think about it. I think we're living at the tail end of a golden age and we should enjoy every minute of it. The Queen bestows a kind of extraordinary calm over a lot of very troubled waters.
She certainly does.